Welcome to Keeping It Real with KC. I am your host, KC Phoenix, and this is Tarot Card Weekend. I did 6 signs yesterday for February the 20th, and this is for the March energy readings. And today I am doing the final 6 signs. And the first sign up today on February 21st, obviously, is my Cancer team, Team Cancer. Okay, so I always tell people I don't read reversals, I read energy. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If a card comes up and it's a female or a male card, that is the energy. It's not always the individual. So it doesn't matter if you're male or female, it's the energy itself. I do a pre-shuffle on my main deck and a pre-shuffle on my clarifying deck just to see what's going on. For the main deck, the 2 cards that came out, the Emperor was one, the 7 of Cups was the other one. On the clarifying deck, the 8 of Wands came out, and the 4 of Cups was coming out on the clarifying deck. So, I feel like this is a pep talk in a way for Team Cancer, because for those who may not know, I'm also a Cancer. I'm a June Cancer. One thing about Cancer is that when a lot of information is thrown at us, our eyes usually start to glaze over because we're like, can we just get to the point? Can we get to the end? Can we get to the dessert already? that's usually that's usually our attitude. It's like, can we just get to the point? Even though when we tell stories, our stories are usually colorful and long-winded and everything else, and everybody is saying the same thing about us. Can you please just get to the point? But yeah, that's going to be what's going on in March, is what I'm picking up from the pre-shuffle energy. Is that you're like, oh my goodness, all the stuff is coming at me, because 8 of Wands means communication is coming in fast and furious. And more than likely is all the stuff that was backed up from Mercury retrograde. Mercury literally went direct today. Mercury has been in retrograde since the end of January until the 20th of February. And it went direct today. And the after effects will probably be felt for like a week or some change, give or take. All of the stuff that you were doing, because you've been working really, really hard. Because if you saw the previous reading for whatever group of cancers it resonated with, Cancers have been putting in a lot of work. More than likely, there has been some type of recognition that you've already received, whether it's been a little bit of recognition or a lot of recognition that you've received in the month of February based off of your hard work, whether it was on your job, whether it's in your family where you're helping take care of everyone or do this or do that, or whether you own your own company and the sales have started to pick up a little bit, things of that nature. What I'm picking up, especially with the 7 of Cups coming out in the main pre-shuffle for the main deck, is that all of that work you put in, now a lot of dividends are more than likely coming in March, which means a lot of communication, hence the 8 of Wands, is going to come in and you're going to be bombarded with a whole bunch of stuff, but in a good way. And because you're bombarded with a whole bunch of stuff, you might get to the point where you want to overlook some things just because you don't want to be bothered with it. Hence the 4 of Cups in the clarifier, where the universe is attempting to present something to you and you're focused on the other 3 cups and you're like, whatever. That's what I feel is going to be the energy in March. You're going to be bombarded with a whole bunch of things. You're going to have to make a whole bunch of decisions. You're going to have a whole bunch of options in front of you. And one really good option, you may just be like, because you're already, I don't want to say overwhelmed, but you already have your eyes on so many other things. You're just like, whatever. So what I'm telling you is definitely take on that Emperor energy where you have to take charge, where you have to look at everything. The Emperor is the Emperor because he watches everything. The Emperor, and the thing about the Emperor is, which Emperor is Aries energy. The thing about the emperor is that the emperor becomes the emperor through hard work, determination, dedication, so on and so forth. The emperor usually does not become the emperor by a hereditary line. It's not like kings or queens. It's not like a monarchy or anything like that. Anyone can be the emperor depending on what they do to climb their way to the top. With kings and queens, which are other parts of the tarot deck, with the kings and queens, they have to be born into a royal line. With the emperor, which is a major arcana card, so the emperor is above kings and queens. It is above all kings. So, but the emperor, the reason the emperor is above all the other kings is because the emperor didn't have to be born into it. The emperor worked his way there and did it on his own. Nothing was given to him. So, with that being said, don't be afraid to take charge in the month of March, and you will more than likely have to take charge in the month of March. So that is my message from the pre-shuffle. Let me go ahead and get to the main event, shall we say. I'm going to pull 8 cards, and after I pull the 8 cards, I'll go ahead and let you know what they are. I'm using my Angel Wisdom tarot deck. I used a different deck yesterday when I was doing the other 6 signs, but today, since it's Sunday, I'm using my Angel Wisdom is what I'm doing. Right. Something is saying cut this 3 times, so I'm going to do that. All right. I need 8 cards for the energy of Cancer for March 2021. I need 8 cards for the energy of Cancer for March 2021. May I have 8 cards for the energy of Cancer for March 2021? Something's telling me to take this. Yep. Okay, I need 7 cards for the energy of Cancer for March 2021. I need 7 cards for the energy of Cancer for March 2021. Oop, I got 2. Okay. All right. I need 5 more cards. That's not surprising. I'm sitting here looking at these cards. That's not surprising. The third one that came out. You'll know in a second. I need 5 more cards for the energy of Cancer for March 2020. Okay, something saying take this card. Yep. I need 4 more cards for the energy of Cancer for March 2021. May I please have 4 more cards for the energy of Cancer for March 2021? Okay. All right. I need 3 more cards for Cancer for the energy of March 2021. May I have 3 more cards, please, for Cancer for the energy of March 2021? Something saying take this and this. I need 1 more card for Cancer. I need 1 more card for Cancer. This one. Okay. All right, Cancer, we got some cards here. I have 8. The first one that I pulled is the Sun. Sun energy. Sun is also about healing, and also it's the happiest card in the deck. So this is this is one of the cards I say the prime of my life card. That's what the Sun card is. Also, if you're having any health issues, there can be some healing in that too, as well. If you're having any health issues, just know that the energy for healing is there with the Sun card. This particular card for the Angel deck says, a time of great joy and success, brilliant epiphanies that lead to magical opportunities, plans that work out perfectly, gratitude to the divine. That's what this card says. So be grateful. Now, the thing that follows this card is the Four of Wands. Four of Wands is a solid foundation. You're working on your stability and you're making it solid. This being in conjunction with the Sun card could also mean that, because the Sun card, I have to do the caveat to, it can also mean pregnancy. Don't be surprised if you find out that you're pregnant, or that you got somebody pregnant, or someone within your inner circle finds out that they're pregnant or got somebody pregnant. So don't be surprised if you hear that. That's one thing that comes with the Sun card. But the Four of Wands is solid foundations. And also wands are related to the fire sign, Sagittarius, Aries, and Leo is what it's related to. The Magician card. Magician deals with communication. It's also the alchemist of the deck. And with the Magician has all of their elements. Now I'm about to jump to the end, or close to the end of this. The Fool card came out, and I was explaining this. Believe it or not, I did a personal tarot card reading last night for one of my friends who's an Aries. And when we were talking last night, before I even did the reading, he was telling me some things, and I'm not going to go too deep into what we talked about because obviously that's confidential information. And us Cancerians, you know, we keep a lot of secrets, so confidential information. But one thing I said to him while we were talking, I said, you have to remember that in the tarot deck, the Fool is related to Aries also, is one of the signs related to the Fool, which is Aries, which is starting off brand new, starting on an adventure. When I did his reading, the very first card that jumped out was the Fool card. Now, I bring that up to bring this up. I then explained to him that when the Fool is on his journey, what people don't realize is that the card that usually follows the card that follows the Fool in the major arcanas of the tarot deck is the Magician. The reason that the Magician follows the Fool is because the Magician was the Fool. The Fool goes off on their journey and gathers all of the elements they need. They gather the cups, they gather the swords, they gather the wands, they gather the pinnacles, everything they need is what they gather. And then the Magician is the ultimate alchemist, is what they are, who was once the Fool, who had been off on a journey. The Fool card came here. You're going to be starting something new yet again. You've been working on other things and other things have been working out. But with new communication coming in and you handling new things and all of these options that are going to come available to you, it's going to start you off on a new journey, because one of the new options is going to require you to more than likely step out of your comfort zone. That's why I wanted to bring this Fool up with this Magician. But with the Magician, this says that you have everything you need because you've already been off on your journey before, gathering all of the elements. The Magician is the alchemist. The Magician makes something that is not useful, useful. And there isn't anything that the Magician doesn't have, because again, the Magician is the alchemist. Also, the Magician is ruled by the planet of Mercury. Mercury is communication. That will more than likely have something to do with more options coming in the month of March. Again, Aries energy in regards to the emperor, taking control, taking charge. Now, I'll go ahead and read this on this card. Magic is alive in your life. What you need to be a success will manifest. If you believe it, you can do it. So keep that in mind. Now, the next card that came out was the Four of Air, which is the Four of Swords, meaning rest. Again, you're going to be overwhelmed. I'm going to bring up the second card too, because this is the Nine of Swords. All of this, Nine of Swords is in your head. Sleepless nights, not getting rest. Again, with that Seven of Cups that came out in the clarifier for the pre-shuffle, a bunch of things are going to be on your mind. You're going to have to take time to yourself. And also, don't let this rush of information, this rush of communication, this rush of options in front of you psych you out. Don't let your mind go to, oh, well, go to the worst thing that can happen. As Cancerians, we have a habit of doing that sometimes, where we think of the worst situation that could possibly happen instead of thinking of, oh, well, it could really turn out like this and be the best situation. So with the Four of Swords, or Four Air, it says, insights that come from meditation. So meditation is good. I meditate sometimes. I'm not that great at it, but for those who are, feel free to meditate. The need to rest or take a vacation. Allow yourself more time before making a decision. Mental exhaustion. Get more sleep. So make sure that you're getting your sleep, because right now with this Nine of Swords, sleepless nights, unfounded fear, expecting the worst, thus creating self-fulfilling prophecies, allowing worry to grow out of proportion to the situation, sleepless nights. Refocus your thoughts is what it's saying. Now, for this one, the Knight of Pentacles. You have something related to material coming in. It's also known as the Knight of Earth in this particular tarot deck. The good news is that the Knight of Pentacles is usually related to material stuff. It's related to money. What some might consider the bad news is that the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest knight in the deck. So when that energy comes in, bringing messages or whatever it's bringing to you, and also for Pentacles deal with Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus. When the energy comes in bringing what it brings to you, it will more than likely bring something of material success. Something that you may have possibly forgotten about, that you've been working on. And here it is. So, again, more options, Seven of Cups. You're going to have lots of options and things you need to deal with. For the Knight of Pentacles, it says loyal, dedicated, protective, apprehensive. Plan carefully before taking action, but then get going. Pay attention to the details. Wait for perfect timing. A guardian angel or someone who watches over you is what that is with the Knight of Pentacles. And I've already shown you the Fool, the Dreamer, which I'll read it to you for this card. A new start, trust yourself, push your fears aside, and take a leap of faith. Again, I believe that one of these many options coming into you is going to force you to start something new that you haven't done before. Regardless, with the pre-shuffle for the main, you have to take that Emperor energy and take charge and be willing to step out of your comfort zone. You have to be willing to take charge of whatever this option is where you're going to go off on this new journey. And then the final card, which is the Princess of Wands, or Princess of Fire for this. Princess of Wands is basically the page in this. It says sensitive, open-hearted, inexperienced, moody, messages regarding relationships, new emotional experiences, a romantic encounter, social invitations or events, heightened psychic abilities is what this could be. So, and I said fire. I mean, cups, water, wrong one. Slow moment. But yeah, with the water. So the Princess of Cups. So with that, with things being busy, and I feel like this is going to be in the options section. I don't necessarily feel that someone may be offering you a message when it comes to a couple of. I feel like this is going to be social stuff. I feel like this will be where you're getting recognized for things and your work is showing up on people's radar, and people start to flood your email or your inbox, whether it's social media or what have you, saying, hey, would you like to collaborate? Or, hey, I think you're amazing at what you do. Would you be a guest on this? Or, hey, you're amazing. Could you offer some advice about this? That's kind of what I feel this is. I feel this is more social. I don't feel this is romantic with the Princess of Cups. So that's what I'm getting. The main point of this is that you're going to have a take charge type energy in the month of March when all of this stuff comes flooding in. And it doesn't necessarily have to be to just work. It can just be life in general. Regardless, there's going to be a lot of things happening in March. You're going to be, I guess you could say, booked and busy would be another thing. But booked and busy doesn't matter if you don't take charge. And that is what I have. And also try not to be in your head so much. Make sure you get rest in March too. Make sure you get rest. So yeah. All right, Cancer, that is what I have. kirwkc.com, main podcasting platform. Also, this podcast is carried on Spotify, Apple, Google, iHeartRadio, Pandora, and several other platforms. And KIRWKC on several social media platforms. If any of this resonated with you, don't forget to hit the like button, because obviously that helps the algorithm. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. That way you will know when I upload new videos. And don't forget to share, because sharing is caring. Until next time, Team Cancer, I love you. Be blessed.